Good morning, all. Today, let us start with a new chapter English 2, Chapter 4. Oh, butterfly, where do you go? This is the poem written by Heather Scott. Students, open your English 2 book, page number 32. Oh, butterfly, where do you go? Getting started. Have you ever seen a butterfly? If yes, describe it. Do all butterflies look the same? How do you think the garden would look without butterflies? Have you seen a butterfly? I think you all have seen butterfly. Yes? And you enjoy playing with butterfly, trying to catch the butterfly or running behind the butterfly. Yes? If you have seen, then describe how it looks. Do all the butterfly look the same? No, they have different colors. They are small. Some are big, some have small wings, some have big wings. They are different from one another. How do you think the garden would look without butterflies? Without butterflies, we think garden would not look beautiful. Yes, colorful butterflies flying in the garden and children playing with them, going behind them. It looks so beautiful. Yes? Oh, butterfly, where do you go? When the sunset itself does show, I see you quite frequently when the sun shines overhead. But where are you when I am put to bed? The days are long, the sun is strong. Still then I see you flutter with the wings as soft as butter. Yet when shines the moon, why am I alone? I hear not soft wings beating upon my window sill, nor do I see your pupae upon the miller's mill. Where do you go at night when the stars are shining bright? In the daytime I see you flutter round and round from the sky to the ground. Oh, butterfly, where do you go when the sunset itself does show? Heather Scott. Oh, butterfly, where do you go when the sunset itself does show? Here the poet asks the butterfly, where are you going? Where are you going at night? I see you quite frequently. I see you always flying when the sun shines overhead. But where are you when I am put to bed? All through the day, the poet sees the butterfly flying in the sun, in the garden. But when the night comes, the butterfly is nowhere to be seen. But where are you when I am put to bed? But at night, when the poet is put to bed and the air becomes cold, the butterfly finds a spot where it can rest too, where it can sleep. The days are long, the sun is strong. Here, the days are long means the poet is referring as a summer. In summer, the days are long. Yes? So, during summer, the butterfly can be seen for much longer because the days are longer. Still then, I see you fluttering with wings as soft as butter. The poet compares the softness of the butterfly's wings to that of butter when he sees them fluttering. Here, fluttering means the butterfly beating its wings quickly. Yet, when shines the moon, why am I alone? However, when the moon shines, the poet finds himself lonely. He is feeling alone. I hear not soft wings beating upon my window sill. Without the soft feathered beats on his window sill, he is not able to hear any beat of the butterfly. nor do I see your pupae upon the miller's mill. And he is not even able to see any pupae on the miller's mill. Where do you go at night when the stars are shining bright? The poet asks the butterfly that where it will go at night, as he can't see the butterfly. In the daytime, I see you flutter round and round. The poet misses how the butterfly in the daytime used to flutter in the garden round and round around the flowers, from the sky to the ground. He is expressing his feelings that he is missing the butterfly from the sky to the ground. Oh butterfly, where do you go when the sunset itself does show? Again, the poet Heather Scott is saying that in the day he is able to see the butterfly, but at night the butterfly is nowhere to be seen. Dear students, once again let me explain you the poem in brief. The poet in the poem is curious as to where the butterfly goes after sunset. It is seen by the poet all through the day, flying even in the strong sunlight. But as soon as the moon appears, the butterfly vanishes or disappears. Neither can it be seen on the poet's window sill, nor can its pupae be seen. Students, I hope you enjoyed this poem. And now let us move on to the page 34, understanding the text. A. Give one word from the poem for the following. First, another word for often. Here, often means always. The one more same word in the poem which give same meaning is frequently. So one more word for often is frequently. Second, to move or flap the wings quickly without flying. The butterfly is moving or beating its wing without flying. That is called flutter. So the one more word is flutter. Third, an insect in the inactive stage of development. Students, in the last class I taught you 4 stages of butterfly. In that, which stage the insect is in inactive form, that is pupae. So the answer is pupae. Fourth, a building meant for grinding grain to flour. The building where wheat, rice, ragi are converted into flour is called mill. It is mill. Fifth, opposite of the word sunrise is sunset. Next, move on to page number 35, playing with the words. Homophones have the same pronunciation but different meanings and spellings. Here, pronunciation means the way we tell the word or the way we say the word. They have different meaning, but the spellings are also different and the pronunciation are same. For example, where. See children, here the spellings are different, but the pronunciation or the way we are saying the word is same. Where are you going? So you are asking the question, where are you going? Wear your uniform. That means you have to wear your dress. See. Here again spellings are different but the pronunciation is same. See means see. There is a book on the table. That means you have to look there. That book is on the table. Sea means a beach where you go and play, where there is lot of water. That is sea. Here. So again the same pronunciation but spelling and meaning is different. Here is my uniform. So my uniform is on the table. It is here. Hear the lesson properly. That means you have to listen to the lesson properly. That is here. Okay, now let's move on to A. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate homophones from the brackets. Here they have given you homophones in the bracket. That means pronunciation is same but the spellings are different and the meanings are different. First, the dash about the monkeys lost dash was really funny. Tail, tail. See here they have given tail, tail, same pronunciation but meaning is different. So the tail about the monkeys lost tail was really funny. First, T-A-L-E. The tail means story. The story about monkeys lost tail. T-A-I-L means tail. Monkey's tail was really funny. First one is T-A-L-E and the next one is T-A-I-L. Second, she asked me to dash on the dash side of the page. Here write R-I-G-H-T, W-R-I-T-E. She asked me to write. That means I asked you to write in your book. So W-R-I-T-E. On the right page side of the page, write R-I-G-H-T means you are writing with your right hand on the right side of the page. Okay. Third, the brave dash left the palace alone at dash. Here K-N-I-G-H-T night, then N-I-G-H-T night. Here K-N-I-G-H-T night means he is a soldier. Okay, and K is silent. We are not using K. But while writing we are using K-N-I-G-H-T. So the brave knight, that is K-N-I-G-H-T, left the palace alone at night. He went from the palace in the night. He went alone at night. So N-I-G-H-T, night. Fourth, we dash on the rough dash at a slow speed. R-O-D-E, road. R-O-A-D, road. Here students, R-O-D-E is the past form of ride. Ride is nothing but riding the bike or riding the horse. So here we have to say we rode on the rough road at a slow speed. That means we were going on a rough road at a slow speed. You know what is R-O-A-D? Yes, you may be knowing. I was walking on the road. That is road. Fifth, the woodcutter said he dash chop some dash for cooking. W-O-O-D, wood. W-O-U-L-D, wood. Here the woodcutter said he would. That means he will chop some wood. Wood means the tree part which you are going to cut into small pieces and you are going to use it for cooking. That is W-O-O-D, wood, for cooking. Sixth, my friend dashed me a flower which had a beautiful dash. Scent, scent. Here S-C-E-N-T, scent. This is nothing but a smell, a beautiful smell, or you can say fragrance, or the scent which you are going to spray on your body. Perfume, you can say it as a perfume. And S-E-N-T, scent means I gave some flower to my friend. So here we are using my friend sent, S-E-N-T, sent me a flower which had a beautiful scent, S-C-E-N-T, that is smell. Next, a compound word is made up of two words that come together to make one new word. Compound word is nothing but you are going to join two words and you are going to frame one single word. From those two words, one single word is going to be framed. For example, butter plus fly is equal to butterfly. Sun plus rise is equal to sunrise. Play plus ground, playground. Tooth plus brush, toothbrush. Play plus home, play home. Rock plus garden, rock garden. Pen plus pencil, pen pencil. Here we have taken two different words, and from those two different words we have framed one single word, that is called as compound words. Next, B. Find at least 8 compound words in the word grid. All the words are from the poem. Here they have given you a grid, that is a puzzle, and you have to find out 8 words, that is 8 compound words from this grid. So children, what I will do, I will give you 8 compound words. You find it by yourself. Here are the words: cannot, butterfly, moonlight, windowsill, daytime, lifetime, become, sunset. These are the words I have given. You find out from the grid. That's all for today. Let us continue in the next class. Thank you.